going on, everybody? I'm Nick.
And I'm Caleb. And we're your two new best friends.
Today's episode is a little delayed because over the past week, our friend Caleb has been away on vacation with his family.
That's right. I just got back last night.
Yes, and where was it that you were at?
Well, for the audio listeners, this will be a little more familiar. I'll just give you a destination right outside of where I was. Essentially, we went to Knoxville, Tennessee.
Okay.
For the past week. My brother and his family, I got 4 nephews, and my brother's wife, my sister-in-law. They live like right outside of Knoxville. And they've been living there the past 4 years. Her family's from Tennessee, so
y'all are just up there visiting family?
That's right.
So y'all were up there a whole week, right?
That's right.
So what did you do to fill up the week?
To fill up the week?
Yeah.
Well, for some reason, my brother and his family, they don't do anything in a hurry. I don't know if it's because they have way too many kids that they got to get ready in the morning or what, but most of the time we didn't start activities until like 2 o'clock.
Oh, dang.
So
they're just hanging out at the house up
Yeah.
until then. I hate that. I remember I went to Disney World one time, and that's like a vacation you want to always be up early to get everything
That's right.
in. But people just want to hang around and do nothing, and then all of a sudden it's 1, 2 o'clock.
Right.
5 hours have gone by that we could have been, riding a roller coaster, doing whatever.
Yeah, that's a little different because you're paying for an experience, so you feel like you have to get up very early to get the most out of your day.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, I mean, we weren't paying for a hotel. That really has nothing to do with it. But it's not like we had a set plan. It's kind of one of those things where we'll make it up as we go. And I enjoyed it, the downtime, because my little nephew has a VR headset, the Oculus 2.
Okay.
And I had never put one of those things on, and man, I did not realize how surreal it would be.
It felt real.
Oh yeah.
I've put a VR headset on, and I could tell. I don't think it actually had the straps, so you had to hold it.
Yeah, it was probably like one of those cheap ones that goes on your phone.
Uh-huh.
No, this is totally different. Yeah. I mean, you cannot see anything outside. And the games that they have are so realistic. Like, I was playing this fishing game, like in a Hawaiian destination or something. Man, that game was fun. You'd pick up your beer, pick up your fishing rod, and you reel it in just like it, and it'd vibrate, man.
I like the videos of the people wearing the VR headsets where they'll run into the TV or do something like that, or jump off their couch or whatever.
Yeah, I realize the way they try to prevent that from happening, you set up a safe zone. So you'll take your wand or whatever, your controller, and you'll draw a circle around you for 3 feet or so. And when you step outside of it, because the VR turns off and you're back in the real world.
Oh, dang.
So it's pretty cool. Okay. And it'll start vibrating.
You're getting close or something to hitting something.
Yeah, you can feel the controllers kind of rumble. And if you're stepping outside, it'll turn off the VR and you'll see the real world. You step back in.
Now, you think that if you owned a VR headset, you would be able to really enjoy playing it? There would be enough games to fill up and
satisfy?
Yeah. Or do you think it'd be kind of the things I've just fished in VR for 30 minutes. I'm good.
Well, I didn't just play the fishing game. I mean, there was other games that he had. He had Beat Saber and a game that you would really like. I think it was called Gunshot or Top Shot. I don't know. It might not be Top Shot. That's the basketball thing. It was something shot. But you go down this strip. Imagine you're on one of those things that's
super hot.
Super hot. Yeah.
I have that game on the Xbox.
That game's fun in VR.
Okay, yeah, I bet it would be.
Because you're on a strip and you're going, you gotta dodge
slow
and
motion.
Shoot.
Yeah.
I
bet that. Yeah, I can see that being a really fun
VR
game.
It was stress relieving too. I was like, dang, I'm really out here just releasing all this energy that's been built up inside of me.
Right.
And aggression.
Aggression. Yeah.
See, I think in the next 10 years, they're going to make it where all these open world games that we have for like Xbox and PlayStation, they're going to, translate or whatever that to the VR experience. And that's where you can really take up some time,
There's a game called VR Chat. And it's basically kind of like Ready Player One, where you pick your avatar. You can be anything, like literally anything. And then you just walk around. Like, I seen like videos of people like going to church and stuff in there. And like this pastor had a server. Yeah, this pastor like had a server, and it was like a church. And like, so you got like Kermit the Frog, and you got like Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, and there's all these random avatars just like
that's pretty fun.
There, like listening to this guy. There's actually some videos of this one dude who is really popular on there, and he'll just go and like talk to people. I don't know how he finds these people, but he like was talking to this one guy who had like this disease where like his skin like flakes off if he moves.
Is this his real, like, outside of VR?
That's him in real life. But in the VR chat, he was just like some little character. But he was like interviewing him on
You know what I thought of?
Yeah.
VR could like open up, all these people with like these disabilities, like cerebral palsy or something like that, could really open up their life, you know, and like what they're capable and their enjoyment in life. Because you got to think they're stuck at home all day,
right?
Most of the time.
I know recently Xbox released like a controller for like people with disability, like they can't grip a controller. It's just like all buttons. It's like an Xbox controller. I don't remember exactly what it looked like.
But if they could make it where VR, you put the headset on, and let's say like the kid, they couldn't move like their body or their head, but they can move their eyelids or their eyeballs, and maybe that would be how they turn. I don't know how they would create that technology.
Right. See, look, here's the controller. It's just like two big.
I've seen that. I've seen a dude playing Call of Duty with that. It was pretty crazy. Yeah.
Did it seem to benefit? Like, was it helpful, or did it seem more difficult?
For him, it was easier, but for me playing it, I mean,
you would have some trouble.
Oh yeah.
All right. So back to your vacation. Or do you even want to call it a vacation, or was it just visiting family?
No, it was a vacation. I took off from work. I've been grinding with work. Not really school because I haven't been going to class.
Right.
But I've been grinding at work for a good minute now without a break. So I requested off from work, and they gave me off a few extra days, which is why I'm off today and tomorrow as well.
Oh, okay. So other than VR,
what did we do?
Yeah, what did y'all do at 2:00?
Yeah, what did we do at 2:00? We did quite a bit of eating out, I would say. We only had one dinner that was cooked by Brandy, my sister-in-law.
Okay.
We had hot dogs and hamburgers at the house, but besides that, we ate out quite a bit.
Any good restaurants out there in the Knoxville area?
We went to this really expensive restaurant the last day. I think for the 8 of us, it was $250. That's ridiculous. Talking about kids being involved. There was only like 5 adults, so that's expensive. But it was hibachi. But I mean,
hibachi's gonna be like that normally. I remember that was like the place you always would go on, like the homecoming dance.
Well, and we got extra sushi rolls. I think we got like 4 sushi rolls. So I mean,
so y'all spend it.
It makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, but outside of the eating out, that's not what y'all want to hear. One of the days we went on this hike up what seemed to be like 1,000 steps. I'll find a picture in a minute of the amount of steps to show Nick, and maybe we'll post on the Facebook page that we have the amount of steps there were. But it was this super long hike up the mountain to go see this ginormous waterfall. And I didn't look at pictures online, like on the Google images of the waterfall. My brother was just like, we're gonna go to this waterfall, and I was like, all right, let's do it. So the whole way up there, I'm like stopping to catch my breath, meanwhile my mom, Lord, I can't even imagine what she's going through.
Oh dang, could she not handle the hike?
No, because I got up those steps in probably like 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. It took her about 20. So I can't imagine like what's going on.
Right.
You know, I love you, Mom, but that had to be hard for you.
Yeah, my mom has trouble just climbing up the steps to come into my apartment when she comes over.
Oh.
So I don't even know
how
she would do
on
this 1,000-step walk.
But at the top of the hike, it was probably, I would say this waterfall was probably 10 stories tall. So imagine like
a 10-story building.
A 10-story building.
Yeah.
I was going to say just 5 double apartments stacked on the top of each other.
Or 10 one-story houses.
Sure. However, your brain deciphers 10 stories.
Right.
So that was pretty magical. And it was so cool because like right when you got to the top, let's say about 10 feet away from the waterfall, you still couldn't see the waterfall. If you can imagine that somehow. So like you walk up and you have to actually go around the bend to see the waterfall. So even though you're like 10 feet away, you have to go around the corner to actually see it. So you didn't know what you were getting yourself into.
And the waterfall, it has a name?
It does have a name.
You don't remember off the top of your head?
Nope. I don't even think I asked the name of it.
Oh. Well, was the water under there where you could like go swimming if you wanted to?
You could go swimming. It was quite cold.
Oh, was it cold?
Yeah.
See, while you've been gone, it's been pretty hot down here in Mobile.
Oh, it's not hot up there.
It's been like 70s.
I was wearing my jacket most of the trip. But you could go swimming in there. I think back when I was living in Tennessee, I would hunt waterfalls quite often, and I would actually get under it. That's an experience that is unlike most experiences. It's not like just...
Not that different from a shower.
Yeah, if you turned on a cold shower, it's completely different.
You be taking cold showers?
Oh, you know what I just thought of?
What?
Yeah, dude. I do take cold showers quite often than the normal person, I would say.
Like ice cold?
Ice cold.
How do you react?
At first, it's just like, whoo, whoo, whoo.
That's how.
But then you get into it, and it's quite nice.
Yeah. It's always that initial shower. You're like,
the only thing I don't like is if you are bathing with a cold shower, I feel like the soap doesn't easily like drain off of your hair or body. Like I feel like I have to have like hot, like liquid to get all that soap out. But you know what I just thought of?
What's that?
I was saying that a shower is completely different than being under a cold waterfall. What if you put on a VR headset and stepped in your shower and you were looking at the wilderness?
Your VR headset would break.
Let's say it's waterproof. Let's say you put a bubble over
Okay,
it.
yeah. If you put a bubble over, well, you wouldn't feel the water in your head.
Yeah.
But if you did put a bubble on your head, you could feel the water in the rest of your body.
Microsoft or Facebook.
What they need to come out with, this actually may already be a thing. A roller coaster, but like on the roller coaster, you put the VR headset on.
They got that. I don't know if it's like a real deal roller coaster,
but
like
you get what
flips
I'm
and all.
Yeah. Flips and stuff, and like in your
and you're like in
maybe
space.
there's like 3 different things you can pick from. So the guy next to you could be on like a completely different virtual experience.
That'd be trippy.
That'd be fun. I bet there'd be a lot of people throwing up. Or
a lot
of broken VR headsets flying off heads and stuff. You would really have to find like a helmet to strap on or something.
What if it was like a horror experience?
A what experience?
Not a horror experience.
I was going to say, because they have VR for that too.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that.
Boy, I bet you get your money's worth on that Oculus.
You go into like Dave & Buster's and they have this private room and you just put on the VR headset.
I don't know. Why did Dave & Buster's?
Well, nowadays they have VR headsets at Dave & Buster's. But imagine like just for like a strip tease or something.
Right.
You pay like $20 to put on this VR headset.
$20 for a virtual strip show.
Dude,
and then maybe there's like a robot in front of you that's like doing the stuff that the girl is, and so like when the girl like touches you in the real world, the robot is like touching your leg, but in the
you know what that reminds me of?
It's what?
Have you seen that Rhett and Link video? They actually did that.
What?
I don't know how many seasons it was, but they actually put on VR headsets and they would put a mannequin right beside them, and they were using it as a way to face their fears. So the mannequin would have a VR headset, and like Link would have a VR headset on. Mm-hmm. And Rhett would be like doing stuff to the mannequin, but Link was seeing the mannequin's point of view.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
And then somebody else was doing things to Link, but it was like completely different. Let's say Rhett had like a snake, and it was a real snake.
He's putting it on the mannequin.
Yes.
But then on Link, they're putting like...
Yeah, like a straw
like
or
a
something.
hose or something.
Yeah. It was pretty funny. And then they did it where...
I've never seen that one.
We need to watch that. Then they did it where Link was seeing Red's point of view. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but...
Okay, yeah, I'm going to have to definitely check that one out.
There's just so many opportunities with VR. I told myself I wasn't going to buy a VR headset because I thought that the technology wasn't up to date for my liking.
You want to get that like primo.
Right. So I was like, I'm going to wait 5 years, and then by then it will be way advanced.
Yeah, most definitely.
But then by then I'll be 28 and no telling. Like,
you'll probably have a lot of money to spend on a VR headset.
Will I?
Hopefully. I don't know. What do you plan your financials being like in, what is that, 6 years, 5 years?
Who
5
knows,
years, right?
Man. Who knows?
You'll probably have your degree, yeah.
Anyways, what else did we do on the vacation? We went to this putt-putt place, and we were going to ride go-karts. Let me tell you, when you walked up to this putt-putt place, it says, this is a stress-free zone. Let me tell you, if you're going with 5 kids under the age of 12, it is not a stress-free zone. Can you imagine 5 kids and 5 adults all trying to play on one hole at the same time?
Oh God! It can,
and
you know how when you go and there will be that group in front of you.
Yeah.
Did y'all have a lot of people?
Oh, we were letting everybody pass us.
That's what I figured.
And it took us, for 2 people to play 18 holes of putt putt, you'd think maybe like an hour.
Yeah.
It took us like 2.5 hours.
Okay.
It was ridiculous.
Dang! And did you win, Mr. Golf
I came
team?
in second.
Who won?
My brother won, but he was keeping his score. I was in charge of keeping all the kids' score.
Okay.
Because
I may have been shaving a couple points off.
He might have been, but he only won by like two shots. I found myself getting kind of mad.
Yeah.
Because I was like, these kids are being bad.
They
were like hitting their balls right in front of me, like I couldn't see how many strokes they were taking.
Yeah, they probably don't really care.
And I would ask them, how many shots did it take? Oh, it took 2. They shot like 10 times. I'm like, you're a liar.
Yeah.
10.
Right. Golf's not a fun sport for a kid. A lot of energy, and golf's a lot of waiting. Wait your turn. Wait for me to hit it. Wait for this.
True.
And putt-putt, you got to be real careful with everything. You don't get to ever just go ham,
No, you had go ham on this putt-putt course.
Oh, really?
Have you seen Happy Gilmore when he goes to the putt-putt place? It was like that.
Oh.
It was very elaborate with their
I was really
architecture.
Yeah.
I mean, most of them you had to go up these hills where you had to make it, enough speed for it to get over. That was the most upsetting thing. Like, you would hit it and it would just roll right back down at you.
Last time I played mini golf was with Dominique and them. Didn't you come?
I did come. That was fun.
Yeah. And then we all went,
I think,
to Buffalo Wild Wings. Was Ben there?
Yeah, he was there. That was the night Dom gave me that snapback. And I was like, wow. What did I do to deserve this?
What was on it?
I think I had known Dom for like a month.
Yeah. What kind of hat was it?
It was my Houston Rockets snapback.
Oh, yeah.
I had known Dom for like a month, and I think it was like a Christmas present.
Yeah, he was like, I got you this for Christmas. That's right.
Wow.
And I don't think he got anyone else anything.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody was like, yo, pay for my Buffalo Wild Wings.
You know who else was
bought
there?
This random guy a hat, and you got no one else anything.
That was a weird night. The start of it wasn't weird, but then when we got to Buffalo Wild Wings, it took a turn.
What was the turn? I still have that picture pop up all the time on my
most of the time they share it.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, it's not even on the memories, and they'll share it randomly.
Oh,
it'll be like 3 months after it happened, and they'll post it.
Right.
I'm not throwing shade at them.
Pick.
Maybe they want to recreate that event.
That is totally one of those picks that you like come back 20 years and remake it or whatever.
It's a good pick, yeah.
And then I remember one person didn't get in it. It was just their back. I don't remember who that was.
I know who that was, and that was part of the reason why that night was so weird.
Oh, the guy with his back?
The back guy.
What was he doing?
You don't remember he was having a conversation with the other table? A really, really attractive girl, and he was like...
Oh, he was like, I'm going to get their number or something?
Yeah, and then he was actually talking to him. We're like...
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't have the balls to do that. What was he saying? He was like making a bet with him at the other table.
He was like, oh no, it was like, that's the mom. Wasn't that what he was saying? He was like, I know a mom when I see one.
I think he was
something like that,
saying it at a sound
really
level
loud,
where she could hear everything that he was saying, and we were like, you need to...
Yeah, didn't she like chime in and be like, I'm actually not their mom?
I think it did happen
something like that.
And it was
he was like, I know moms. I remember him saying that, I know moms.
Yeah, and he wasn't ashamed at all of what he had done. He just took pride in it, even after she like corrected him. And then I think he like asked for a number. I was like, this dude has guts.
Yeah. But listeners, it didn't work out.
That was an odd... Oh, and then Dom said he was going to pay for everyone's dinner. No. Here's what happened. Dom ordered $40 worth of food. And
and he didn't have his wallet or something, right?
I think one of the other guys like promised that he would pay for like Dom's dinner or something. But then Dom was like, I'm just going to order every single thing on the menu.
That's what it was. Yeah. And then everybody was like, what the heck is wrong with you? Why would you do that? And he was like, you said you pay for my food. And it's just like... Yeah. It's just one of those like unspoken rules. Right. If someone's like, yo.
Like whenever we made the bet, like I'll pay for your dinner.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, let's go to Dolphins downtown and get a 5-star meal.
Right.
Obviously, I hope you're not expecting that because it will not happen.
Oh, dang.
Unless you want it to happen.
Yeah.
You want it to happen?
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Oh. All right. Well, anything else you want to talk about from your trip to Tennessee with the fam? Any highlights, big moments?
We also, I don't even know why this happened, but my mom was like, let's go to Cherokee, North Carolina. And I was like, okay, let's do it. I'm thinking this will be like an hour car ride. Because most of the thing outside of where they live is like 30 minutes away. Like it's 30 minutes to Knoxville, 30 minutes to Gatlinburg, which is a very happening place in Tennessee. So I'm thinking Cherokee is probably like an hour.
Right.
This place was 2.5 hours away, and I'm like, what are we going up here for?
Yeah.
We get up there, and all we did was eat.
Okay.
And we ate at this like super cheesy, no pun intended, like pizza place.
Okay.
And then we drove home.
That was it? Y'all drove up there to eat pizza?
That was it.
Y'all didn't go anywhere else?
I don't think we did.
And when you asked your mom, why are we here, she said to eat pizza?
No, I think we drove up there, and I asked them, like, why we were here, and they were like, oh, there's going to be, like, some Indian shows or something, because it was, like, Cherokee. It was supposed to be. But there were elk, so that was kind of neat.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever seen elk in person. Those things are huge. Imagine, like, a giraffe body with, like, a horse head. That's an elk.
Yeah,
they're huge.
Accurate.
Yeah.
It's a moose, too. Moose get big like that. Long legs.
Yeah, but that's all we did. I mean, I was expecting something more.
Relaxed, laid back vacation.
And I think they were like, there's a casino in Cherokee. We can go there. And I remember we went through like the parking garage as a casino. And there was just like a gazillion cars. So we ended up just driving home.
I got you.
And we got home at like 10. And I was like, that was just wasted time.
A day.
I mean, it was beautiful. The trees in North Carolina are different than the trees in Tennessee or whatever. But me and my nephews just played the Switch in the back seat the whole time.
Yeah.
Super Smash Bros. We were like, we don't understand why we're going 3 hours out of our way to
eat some
do
pizza.
Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, see, when I go on a vacation, I like to have an itinerary. You know, I like to have stuff to do. I like to have my day be filled. I like to be like, wow, what a day that was. You know, at the end of it, what a busy, fun-filled day.
Yeah.
Which brings up my upcoming vacation.
Yes, let's hear it. Because that's about all that took place.
Gotcha. Well, so I am going to San Antonio on Easter and coming back that Thursday. So that's like 5 days. And we'll be in San Antonio visiting some of Izzy's family, or one of Izzy's family. She recently moved out there and built a house. She's a teacher. And we just haven't seen her in a while, so we're just going to go out there and hang out because Izzy's school that she's student teaching at is on spring break that week. So not a lot going on. It was a good time to go. But we have no plans at all. See, the plan originally was we weren't going to go to the summer because South doesn't have a spring break this year.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
But now, since she has a spring break with her student teaching, she kind of does have like a free week. So we're going then.
Right.
But we don't have any plans. So I know in San Antonio they have the River Walk, which is like their most popular attraction. It's got like shops and stuff like that on it. So that's something we'll be able to walk around and do. I know there's also a Six Flags.
Oh, I've been to that Six Flags.
Yeah.
I was trying. I think trying to think. Is San Antonio close to Dallas? Or is that like completely different parts of Texas? I'm trying to think how it happened.
I thought it was near Austin.
So, I went on a trip with like a youth group and we went to Texas, Arlington, Texas. And I remember we went to the Six Flags over Texas.
Yeah.
I'm imagining that's the only Six Flags.
Yeah, so that's in San Antonio. San Antonio's in the very middle of Texas. Austin's right above it. Dallas is in the top right.
Okay, it might have been one of those things where we just like left and it was the last day and like on our way home we went there.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to your story. That would be fun though.
Yeah, so that could be a thing. I just don't really know like what'd be going on in San Antonio. Like
go to a Spurs game.
Oh yeah, I wonder if there are any games.
Sure there are.
Let's see. But like I know what to do like when I go to like
New Orleans,
Atlanta, New Orleans, Orlando. But I've never been to Texas in general. So
Texas is kind of cool.
This is going to be my first time out there, and I guess we'll just eat at some cool restaurants.
That's what normally ends up happening. I think with this trip I went on, it was like we didn't have a plan, so we just ended up eating out a lot.
Yeah. And
we definitely ate at some cool places outside of the hibachi place and the pizza place. But
all right, so
if you lined up your itinerary around the places that you wanted to eat, like you did your research beforehand, that'd be the move.
So it doesn't look like there's any home Spurs games while I'm in San Antonio, unfortunately. They're playing one 2 days before I get there. They're playing one... they're playing the one the day I get there in Dallas. But I don't know about that. Well, no Spurs game. That wasn't a bad idea.
I'm going to try to help you out. I'm going to look up some things to do in San Antonio.
Yeah, I need to kind of just figure out something. I have nothing planned at all.
Audio listeners, comment some things to do in San Antonio.
All right, so we got the San Antonio River Walk. That's just a bunch of shops, places to eat. The Alamo.
Oh, yeah.
Legendary Fort. Six Flags, we mentioned that. Let's see. San Antonio Missions Natural Historical. It's a ranger-led tour on some 18th century grounds. Natural Bridge Caverns, underground tours in a cave. That's cool. SeaWorld San Antonio. We don't do SeaWorld over here. San Antonio Zoo. That could be interesting.
I don't know. Even those are getting on the same page as
No, they don't be making them do tricks and stuff though, and like
it's still like they're just living a life of no freedom. But
yeah, but I feel like it's different for a whale in a big pool than like a lion in like a giant Africa-looking exhibit with other lions and stuff.
But they always look so unhappy.
Do they?
Yeah.
I haven't been to a zoo in a while. The Tower of the Americas, 750-foot tower with a revolving restaurant at the top.
Oh, wow.
That's cool. San Antonio Museum of Art. The big roller coaster in Six Flags is called Six Flags Fiesta Texas. That's the big roller coaster. Yeah, see, I don't know, like, this is actually probably going to be one of my first, like, legitimate, like, oh, I'm an adult.
I can do what I want.
I'm, like, in this, yeah, like, I never think, like, oh, what, maybe I should check out some bars or something, like, some stuff to check out.
Here's what
I never think like that.
I'm not trying to intrude on your telling of what you're going to do in San Antonio, but here's what I dislike about the more I get older and the more I have interest of my own. When I go on vacations with my family, it still seems like the adults or the parents are dictating everything that we do.
Yeah.
So I felt like even in that trip, I could chime in. It was my idea, let's go on some hikes every now and then.
Yeah.
But I bet if I was there alone or with like a group of friends, we could have got like 3 times as much done.
Most definitely.
And we would have did things a lot more exciting.
Yeah.
I felt like all in all it was a good trip. It was relaxing, but I wanted some enjoyment for myself.
Yeah, I like to do fun things that are fun.
Right.
So if I'm going on vacation, I want to do some fun things. I feel like when you get older, you're just expected to be more boring.
Like I wanted to go ziplining while we were there.
That sounds fun. But
it would have been fun.
But people would just be so cool with like, actually, let's just like sit here and do nothing. It's like, what? I can do that at my house for free. Why am I here?
Or even like the shopping aspect. Let's go to all these cool shops.
Yeah, it's like what are we about to? Are we buying stuff? Like we just walking around?
Most of this stuff you can like order online. Like I don't get. Anyways, that's my
little rant.
Yeah.
Okay, they have a water park. They have a lot of like artsy type stuff.
And museums.
A lot of museums.
I think your best bet's taking time to go to Six Flags for a day and finding cool restaurants. And
Japanese garden. Yeah, so basically what's going to happen is when we're there, who we're visiting, she's a teacher, and she's actually going to be working every day that we're there.
Oh.
So we're going to have like all day to ourselves to do whatever we want in San Antonio. Right, and then she gets off at like 3, and then she knows, more about what there is to do out there than us. So I guess we'll just listen to her and figure it out. I kind of want to... I like to have like one big thing, that you go to on your vacation.
Ooh, the Japanese garden looks so cool.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Breckenridge Park.
Looks like you're in Bali or something.
Yeah. Riverwalk, a lot of caverns, a lot of river cruises. Ripley's Haunted.
Here's what you need to
Ripley's
do.
Believe It or Not. I haven't been to one of those in forever.
True.
You remember those up in Gatlinburg?
Yeah. I used to collect those books when I was younger. Here's what you need to do. You need to look up events taking place in San Antonio that week. Because that'll give you a better idea of what you can do.
Okay. So let's see what's going on in San Antonio.
Most of the time, audio listeners, if you're looking for events, just go to Facebook. That's where I find all my events.
I just be typing it in on Google. Wait. What day is Easter?
April
11th?
It's not even showing up.
Yeah, that's... They
4th.
took Easter off the calendars?
April 4th.
Oh, April 4th is Easter.
So,
whoa, wait a second. Let me look at this
are you not going?
Schedule. No, I am. I guess I just thought that it was the 11th. Oh, dang, that's coming up in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I gotta get my stuff together. Alright,
Ah, no.
So if we're going to be there from April 4th till that Thursday, that means I can watch the Spurs play the Cavs on Fiesta Night.
Oh, that would be fun.
I don't even know what Fiesta Night is.
Probably have discounts on nachos and Dos Equis. Wait, Dos Equis.
Or Modelo.
Modelo, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh, it's where they wear like their like special edition uniforms and stuff.
That'll be fun. I bet you can get some pretty
Spurs,
cheap
Cavs,
tickets.
yeah. I bet they are. I bet they're dirt cheap. I don't know, but maybe since they're only allowing certain or like few fans, maybe the tickets are expensive. I don't know. Or maybe no one. Oh yeah, I can get 2 tickets for $13.
Jeez.
What can we get in this lower bowl? Ooh, 100. I'm not really trying to spend 100. Okay, well I can go. Okay, so we're gonna go to a Spurs game.
That'll be fun. Talking about basketball, me and Nick one time we scored lower level row 4 tickets to a New Orleans Pelicans game.
Sixers.
That was quite the night.
Yep, it was right after Anthony Davis stopped playing and was just sitting on the bench. And I thought he was playing. Or maybe he played like the first 10 minutes, but it was when they were only playing him barely any because he had demanded a trade.
Because I remember him like walking out and
we were like yelling at him.
Yeah, we were like 5 feet away from him. But we literally bought those tickets like 30 minutes before, so that was
that's the trick.
Exhilarating.
If you know something's not going to sell out, if you know it's not going to sell out, then right before the event starts, the prices are going to be super cheap because they're just trying to fill out the arena.
Right.
A little different now.
If it's a big game, the prices are going to stay the same pretty much.
Mm-hmm. All right, so events in April in San Antonio. Pitbull is in concert, bruh.
Wow, you're really stacking up the week for you and Izzy.
Pitbull in concert at the Alamo Dome.
Oh, that would be sick.
He's performing... No, actually, I'm not about to be able to go to that. Because he's performing Sunday at 3:30 a.m. That can't be right. Right?
I don't know, man.
Oh, Mean Girls, the Broadway musical, is touring, and they're going to be in San Antonio. Ally Brooke, I don't know who that is. John Milton. Who's John Milton? That's familiar.
You know what you should do, bro? Don't post anything that week on Facebook. I mean, Izzy might be posting stuff, but you don't post anything.
Okay.
I'm going to make you a flat Caleb Stanley. Or flat Caleb.
Okay.
And you're going to send me to San Antonio.
Right.
And you're going to document and take pictures of me and flat Caleb with everything y'all do.
Okay.
So sneak me into the Spurs game.
Okay, yeah.
And I'll
get like DeMar DeRozan and take a picture with it.
Dude, let him sign it.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Will you sign my flat Caleb? You're what?
And that'll be an exciting podcast because...
Oh, I can see Aladdin.
Aladdin?
The play.
Oh.
They're in San Antonio.
The Strawberry Festival.
Def Legend.
April 9th.
Fire and Ice. Def Leppard Tribute Band. San Antonio Symphony, if I was trying to be a little fancy.
Nah.
That's about it that I'm seeing early April going on in San Antonio. Free family night at the museum.
Woo!
Yeah, woohoo. That sounds awesome. Yeah, if it wasn't COVID times, I'm sure there'd be a lot more going on.
I mean, I haven't really heard that much about San Antonio besides like the Alamo, but to me, I'm not bashing people from San Antonio, but I don't think I'd want to live in San Antonio.
Really? Why? San Antonio got a lot of fat women, according to Charles Barkley. That's what he says.
So that's why you think I should want to live there? Because they got a lot of big, hefty girls?
If you're into that.
Have you ever watched that movie? It was about these two guys from Africa. And they're like kings in Africa, and they come to the United States, and they find like...
Coming to America?
No.
Eddie Murphy?
No. Oh. That's about the same. Maybe I can't remember how the plot went or something. But they just found these voluptuous women. These women that, don't really get recognized by American guys. Mm-hmm. But these African kings were like, I love these girls.
Okay.
Can't remember the name of it.
You trying to be like an African king and love up on some BBWs?
No comment.
I'm going to say, that's not a no. Alright, when I look up events in San Antonio, the only thing that pops up is some lady ranting about how everywhere she went in Texas on her vacation asked her to wear a mask. She's like ranting about it.
Is her name Karen?
It's actually Misty.
That's like Karen's little stepdaughter.
Yeah, she do look like a little Karen.
Shows a picture of her?
Yeah. Facebook.
Is that her?
Yeah.
Look at her. She looks like she was raised by like the Republican convention.
Yeah. She's got Karen energy for sure. Alright, well.
Bet she makes some good pot pies
game.
Though.
Not that lady.
No?
No. She too rail thin. If your mom ain't got no meat on her bones, she probably can't cook none that well.
That's a fact.
But, okay, so we'll definitely go to the Spurs game. And I guess we'll be going to some cool parks, museums, and stuff. Hopefully they're free. But if they cost a little something, that's no big deal.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, but...
How far is it from here to San Antonio? Like 13 hours or so? No, 8?
See, that's what I'm saying. I'm not prepared at all. I want to say it's probably like 8 or 9 hour drive.
It's not bad.
Oh, 10-hour drive. 10-hour drive from here to San Antonio. Straight shot.
You're going to drive all the way?
Yeah, we thought about riding a plane there because it was like round trip for only like
$300.
No, it was less than that. It was like a round trip for $155, I think.
That's not bad at all.
But then it was like a 10-hour layover in Dallas and just other places, so it would actually be longer of a trip to fly. You know what I mean? We wouldn't have had to drive, but we still would have had to been waiting around a long time, and all that time takes out of our vacation time. The time that it takes to get there. That's the one thing about vacations. Traveling takes up so much time.
You gotta get there.
They need to come up with like instant teleportation. That'd
be great, Nick. Yeah.
If they had some kind of teleportation pod that you could step in and it was like pick a major city to go to, what do you think the price? What would you pay for that?
What would I pay?
Like, what do you think would be per mile to be teleported? So if you're like, yo, I want to be teleported to California.
It's like 25 hours away.
Yeah. What would you pay for that? A couple grand?
That sounds reasonable, I guess.
Because you got to think you're stepping in and you're stepping out.
Yeah, you're saving a whole day.
1 minute maybe, yeah.
No, because you're actually saving more than a day because nobody's going to take 24 hours and drive for 24 hours straight.
Exactly.
And even if you did, you'd have to sleep for like another 10 hours to recover.
Exactly.
So you're saving like 3 days. Yeah, I'd throw down $1 grand. If I had to pay any more than that, I would really reconsider like what I'm going there for, how urgent it is.
Yeah.
Like, why couldn't I just take off an extra couple of days from work?
Right. Elon Musk, he's building those underground tunnels. You heard about this?
Like in the movie Us? The tunnels that they already have?
No.
So Us was a real movie.
It was a real movie, but it wasn't a real story.
No, because in Tennessee, I swear I saw a family that looked just like mine. They were
wearing all red?
They weren't.
Scissors?
They had already like camouflaged. I didn't talk to them. But we took our dogs up there, our little Chihuahua and my little Australian Shepherd. They had both of those dogs with them, and they had a mom, a dad, a guy that looked like me, and a daughter, which, I mean, I have a sister, but I thought it was a little coincidental.
Yeah.
I kept my distance. I didn't want them to like attack me or something.
Okay, that's probably smart, I guess. Yeah. Actually, it's not.
So back to the tunnel, whatever you were about to say.
Yeah, so Elon Musk is like building these tunnels underneath like major cities. And so basically what would happen is you would like park on the side of the road, then it would like lower you into the tunnel. Your car would be put in this pod, and then the pods go like hundreds of miles an hour.
Wait, would you drive or
no?
They would.
Yeah, you're in the pod, and the pod goes down the track.
Oh, that's scary.
And
man.
you're just riding, so it would get you, from like California to Texas like super quick.
That's scary, man.
I don't know what that would cost or how that would work, but just imagine parking.
Imagine like
into the tunnel and skeom, just taking off.
Imagine like there's like an error, or like a breach or something.
Oh dang! Or like yours is stopped, and then you see another one just zooming toward you.
What would you do? You can't like escape.
There has to be a way to get out the bubble, like an emergency exit. There's probably like an emergency stop button, right? But then if there's an emergency stop button,
it's Elon Musk. He was the guy that was like, "Oh, check out my windshield that's bulletproof," and then cracked it.
Yeah, that's right.
So you think he's really gonna put a
trial and error, brother? Test it and figure it out.
Okay, I'm not doing it.
I'm just saying that's like the closest we're gonna get to teleporting to somewhere on a vacation. Right now, at least.
Have you ever watched those videos or like those TikToks, and they're like, "This is my day. I'm gonna fly all the way to California or something." And they're like, "I'm a personal pilot and I have my own plane." And I'm like, this is just unfair.
Why?
Because they can just hop in their plane anytime they want.
Right.
And
you just need to go to piloting school, bro. Because I bet if you went to piloting school and made some piloting connections, you could somehow come into a plane. Like someone be like, "Yo, this is an old plane of mine. It's beat up, but I'll give it to you for like a good deal."
Would you want to drive a beat up plane? I don't know.
Or if you're a pilot and you're flying someone else's plane, you're still flying a plane and going wherever. Right?
Right.
All right. You're trying to play a game before we wrap it up?
Yeah, let's play a game. Listeners, we never mind.
What game are we trying to play?
We can do 20 questions. I know we thought about doing that before.
All right, yeah. We'll do 20
that
questions.
Way the listeners can be trying to guess like what we're thinking of.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to make sure I can keep track.
Track of what? How many turns you take?
Yeah, how many questions we got?
Or like what questions?
Because I don't want to just be sitting here counting my hands.
Yeah, do 20. Like a 1 to 20.
And we'll say a guess is a question.
A guess is a question.
So if you're like, is it this? You know what I mean?
That takes up a turn.
All right, let me think of what I want to do. All right, I got it.
You already got what you're thinking of?
Mm-hmm. I'm ready for your question.
Oh, God.
It has to be yes or no.
I was expecting you to be
I'm ready, bro. Come on.
Well, now I gotta make me like a list of 20 so I don't repeat the question.
No. I get the list. Just ask the questions.
But if I'm like, what did I say a minute ago?
I'll have it right here.
Okay, you're not gonna count that as double? Like, you're not gonna count that as a turn?
Ask the question, bro.
Are you edible?
Yes.
That's good. I mean, most people are. Are you a household item that's edible?
No.
Are you foreign? Meaning you can only get it outside of the United States. Okay. Are you sweet?
No.
Are you big?
Compared to what?
Compared to like a banana or like other household foods.
What about like is it bigger than what?
Is it bigger than a watermelon?
No.
I feel feel like I'm not really getting anywhere. I feel like I need to be asking questions that are deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Would you eat this food?
Yes.
So it is a food. That wasn't a question. Bet you would
That's
eat
why
it.
I didn't answer.
So you would eat it. How many am I on? Like 10?
7.
Oh gosh. Is this a main like dish, or is it like a topping? Is it like the main object that you would eat, or is it something
Like a side dish?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the main.
It's the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need utensils to eat this food?
No. No utensils necessary.
Would you buy this item in a common grocery store?
No.
But you would eat this food?
Yes.
You can take that guess. Man. You know, when you're playing on like the little 20 cube thing,
Yeah.
it's a lot easier than that.
Well, that's because it's the one asking the questions.
I know. How do those little machines like?
Because it narrows it down. See, what it does, it's just way more efficient. Because it'll ask, is it something edible? And then in its little database, it deletes anything that isn't edible. You know what I
True,
mean?
it's like a
And when you say,
computer.
is it smaller than a watermelon, it eliminates everything that could be bigger.
True.
So you just got to be eliminating things in your head, man.
Is this a land or sea object?
It has to be a yes or no question.
No, it doesn't. I haven't been asking.
Yeah, they all have been.
Really?
Look at the answers. Oh, did I just show
Is
you?
it a
what was?
BLT?
Damn it. Why did I do that? Was that all part of your plan?
Maybe.
Let me act like I don't know what I'm doing, and then he'll show me his thing that has the answer. All right, let me start fresh.
I would have never got that. Well, maybe I would have.
Well, I thought you were getting onto something when you said you don't eat it with your hands. When you asked that.
Wait, you said you can't buy this in a store?
You don't buy just a straight BLT
Yeah,
in a
you
grocery
can.
store.
Yeah, you can.
Where?
They have made sandwiches.
At what grocery
That
store?
would throw me off because
what grocery store?
Because when I ask that question, I'm eliminating like all things you can buy at a grocery store. You buy the condiments and stuff.
Yeah, but if I would have put hamburger, I wouldn't say, yeah, you bought the hamburger at the grocery store. You buy that at a restaurant. You can buy the ingredients, but you didn't say ingredients.
I would have said yes if you asked me that question. But
well, yeah, and then I would have been like, okay, so it has to be like one thing.
All right,
I got a new one.
Well, listeners, I just got me a point because
No, that one didn't count.
Nick is not very efficient in hiding his answer. I don't even know why he had to write that down.
So I wouldn't change it, I guess. Proof. All right. I'm ready.
All right, is it edible?
No.
Is it an animal? I don't know why it's taking you super long to answer this.
I'm going to say no.
All right. Is it a person?
No.
Insect?
No.
What the? Listeners, I'm really trying to decipher why he took so long to answer, is it an animal?
Why don't you dive a little deeper?
Well, is this object something that would be found on planet Earth?
Yes.
That eliminates alien.
Yeah, that was a real good question.
Well, the lights are green in this room, and I was really thinking alien. Now they're red, I'm thinking about hell. Gosh. Have you came into contact with this thing? No?
When? Any
Ever?
time in my life? Yes.
Does it talk?
No.
Obviously, it doesn't talk if it's not a human, but so it doesn't have any
You've
type.
been really asking questions, and then after I count them and answer them, you answer them yourself. Why don't you ask a question that you probably don't know the answer to?
Does it have 2 legs?
Yes.
Does it have more than 2 legs?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Is it found in the ocean?
No. Oh, that was question number 10, by the way. So what we know so far is that it has legs,
Yep.
and it's not found in the ocean
And it's
or
not
outer
a
space.
human. And it's not an animal.
Right.
What the frick? So, is it an animate object?
Yes.
Meaning like it moves?
I don't know if you know what an inanimate object is. Inanimate.
I didn't
That
say.
means animate
I
means
said
moving.
I said animate. I didn't say inanimate. So it doesn't move?
Wait. What? I never have heard the term animate object before.
Well, I was doing the opposite of inanimate.
Okay, so what's the question?
Is it living, I guess?
No.
It has legs. It's not living. Is it colorful?
Yes.
Is this item outside?
Sometimes.
Is it a tripod?
No.
What guess, Mo?
This is question number 15 you're about to ask. So that's 5 more, and then you'll have to guess.
Colorful, has legs,
Not living.
not living. What questions should I ask, listeners?
What's something you want to know about it?
I don't know. I don't know the item
Well, what questions could lead you?
to know.
Yeah. What you got, bro?
Have I encountered this object?
In your life?
Yeah.
I'm sure of it. Probably.
Probably.
Yeah. I'm gonna say yeah.
What the? What is colorful, has legs?
That you've seen and that I've seen. But isn't alive.
What the? I'm so confused right now. Is it something you ride on?
Not traditionally, no, but you could.
What the? Yes
I'm
or
gonna say
no?
no. I'm gonna say no. You don't write on it.
Ride.
Oh, ride.
Yeah, like
No.
riding.
You definitely do not ride on it.
But you could ride on it?
Yes, you could write on it.
But not traditionally.
You got 3 more. Or no, 4 more. 4 more questions. Gotta really narrow it down here.
Is this item commonly... Let me rephrase this.
Mm-hmm.
Are there multiple of these items in a city?
It depends, but normally if you see one, there's gonna be more. Yeah, I'll say if you see one, there's more.
What the heck? What is colorful, has legs? I've seen it maybe. And it's not living. I'm assuming you don't eat it.
Yeah, that was one of your questions. I said no. All right, three more questions. Let's hear it.
Is it a household name? Like, is it talked about often?
No.
What the heck?
At least no one that I know talks about it often. I'm sure there's certain social circles.
So I'm on my last one. I gotta guess.
You got two more. Then you have to guess. 2 questions, bro. Make it count. Let's hear them.
Is it in a movie?
Yeah. They're in movies.
They are in movies.
Sometimes.
Is it a...
This is your last question. You want to use it on a guess?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, so you don't ride on them? Do we?
No, not really. You could if you wanted to.
I was thinking of like a fair ride, like a Ferris wheel. That would be a good guess. I felt like I didn't crack down on my questions.
Yeah. Well, this is the last question, so.
But it's not a household. Does it make noise?
It can.
What the? Yes or no?
In its normal state, no.
In its normal state?
Alright, what's your final guess?
What does that even mean?
What's your final guess? Final guess, and then I'll tell you what it is. I know you're not going to get it.
You don't ride on it. I was thinking swing set.
Those don't have legs.
Yeah, they do. And they're colorful. They got legs.
Oh. Okay.
Like a tripod.
Yeah, those have legs.
Yeah, swing sets have legs.
Okay, I guess it depends on the swing set.
If it's swing set, and you ride on the swing set.
Alright, what's your guess? Is your final guess swing set?
No.
Alright, let's hear your final guess, because then I'll have you pick something out. Then I'll ask.
Listeners, give me wisdom.
They don't know it, bro, because those questions were not good.
I should have asked how big it was, like the last time.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe like what it was made of. That would have really given
No, but that's... Then I would have to say, is it titanium or something?
Yeah, you would have to figure out a way to ask it.
Has legs, colorful.
Alright, final guess. Come on, bro.
10.
You're stretching it out. We know you don't know what it
8,
is.
7.
Just say something.
6.
5, 4, 3, 2. What is it?
Is it a statue?
No. It was a balloon animal. That's why when you said, is it an animal on the first question, I was like,
That's very messed up.
Legs, colorful.
That's messed up.
It makes noise if you pop it.
Nah, they make noise.
Or like...
Yeah, man.
Alright, well, go ahead and come up with something. You have something ready to go so we can just hop into it?
Sure, I got something.
Alright.
Alright, go.
Is it... Is it a common household item?
Yep.
Okay. Is it something you'd find in your kitchen?
Sometimes.
Sometimes in the kitchen. Common household item that's sometimes in the kitchen. Is it an electronic?
Nope.
Not electronic.
Well, sometimes.
Sometimes they're electronic. Okay. Sometimes they're electronic.
But I don't think in the way you're thinking.
Not in the way I'm thinking. Gotcha. Is it bigger than this microphone?
Yes and no.
All right, so you're going to talk about how literally every answer I've gotten is sometimes yes, and no.
You got to be more specific.
More specific in asking, is it bigger than this? And you said yes and no.
It'll make sense in the end, but I both.
Okay, so they can be bigger and smaller.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that better than yes and no?
Size varies.
Yes. There's a lot of things that size varies.
Does it...
But if you'd like me to be more specific
good.
On the last one, I would say most of the time, yes, they're bigger than that.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. If it's most of the time one thing, that's kind of what I'm looking for.
But, yeah.
All right. Is it expensive?
Nope.
No. Okay.
But can be.
Okay. Is it something that accomplishes like a task?
Yes.
Okay. Is it in my house right now?
Yes, I would assume so.
Assume so. Okay. What's an electronic? Oh, not electronic. Like I'm thinking.
Why don't you go check out your kitchen, bro?
No, I'm not about to just go search through my kitchen.
Well, think about what's in your kitchen right now.
Is it used to... Does it have anything to do with food?
Not necessarily, no.
Okay. Is it a certain color?
Nope.
No, it can be different colors. It doesn't have anything to do with food.
You're on question number 10.
Yeah. Doesn't have nothing to do with food. It's sometimes in the kitchen. Sometimes they're electronics. Sometimes it's bigger. Sometimes it's smaller. Is it something that you would buy more than once? Or you get one and it's like you're good for a while?
For a while, yes.
For a while, okay. Is it something that has to do with like work? Something
Yes.
that's could be used in a job or workplace?
Yes.
Okay. Is it something that is it something that charges something?
Charges something?
Yeah.
Like electrically or like...
Like, is the object that you're talking about something that charges something?
No.
Okay.
Charges something.
Is it...
You know, a charge can be so many things. I charge you to do better.
That's not a sentence.
Mm-hmm.
I charge you to do better? What does that
Charge.
even mean?
A
What are you
charge
charging?
is like a...
I charge you to do better? What does
Yeah.
that mean? What do you charge me?
A charge is like a... like you're like... How do I explain that? Let me look up the definition.
Like you're in charge, but you don't charge
Yeah, you
someone.
charge people.
Like you run at them and hit
A
them.
demand. It's a demand as a price from someone.
A demand of price, like charging someone's credit card?
He charged me €2. I
Yeah.
charge...
Him $5. But it's not like I'm charging you to do this. That's not it.
I feel like it can be used in present tense, but most of the time it is.
Well, yeah, you can use it in present tense. You're like, hey, I'm about to charge you $5.
No, it doesn't always have to do with money, though. A charge can just be a demand. An accusation, typically one. He appeared in court on a charge of attempted murder.
Yes, I get all those uses of the word charge, but none of those are like, I charged him to go to his bedroom and
you can entrust someone with a task or a duty. The committee was charged with reshaping the educational system.
Right.
They charge. The plan is to charge headlong at the enemy, rush forward in attack mode. See? Anyways, back to the question. Yeah. I hope that really threw you off.
Is it... Is it something I use every day?
Probably not.
Probably not. It doesn't have nothing to do with food. It has something to do in the workplace. And I probably don't use it every day. Is it a printer?
Nope. Why would that be in your kitchen?
Some people have their like a computer desk area in the kitchen. That's was at my mom's house.
You're on question 15.
Yeah.
Your mom's house is different. It's like a dining room / office space / kitchen.
Yeah. Is it... Have you and I ever used this thing that I own together?
Sure.
Yes or no?
Yeah, we have.
Okay. We've used it together. What the heck?
Like at the same time?
Like we used it together. Like maybe not at the same time we're using it together, but maybe I used it and you used it in like a same time frame.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes in the kitchen.
I feel like that question in general is going to throw you off. But
why?
I mean, you broke it down. I was going to help you, but you broke it down to where... Let's move on.
You gave me a legitimate answer, right?
Yeah, I did.
Well, you said sure.
Yeah, well, I said yes because you went into more detail.
Okay.
But if you don't get it, you're going to go back to that question and you're going to be like, you should have said this. All right, you're on question 16.
They're normally bigger than this, but they can be smaller. We've both used this thing. It can sometimes be in the kitchen.
This is a hard game. You really gotta. We were talking earlier about like random sports that people are good at. We need to look up people that are really good at 20 questions.
They had a game show of it for a little bit. You'd have a contestant on, and then it'd be the little computer like on the game, and if it guessed it, you didn't win your money. But if you could fool it, then you won.
I bet there's like 5 questions that'll eliminate like
so many.
Yeah, and we just don't know that.
Well, it's the category, so I know it's an object. I know it's a household item. I know it's sometimes in the kitchen. Sometimes it's sometimes it's electronic.
If I was in your space with 4 guesses left, I would just actually 5 if you're not counting. I would just guess 6 items.
It's
unless you
affordable.
Don't be looking up stuff.
I'm not looking up anything. It helps you accomplish a task. Nothing to do with food. If you get 1, it's good for a while. and you can use it at work, and you and I have used it together.
I bet the listeners...
Is it something that has buttons?
No.
No buttons on it?
Nah.
At all?
Nah.
Not even an on button?
No.
Okay. So, see, that eliminated like 5 guesses out of my head. So, it's something you can use at work that doesn't have buttons that we use together. And it's sometimes in the kitchen. That's the one thing that keeps throwing me off. Why would it ever be in my kitchen? And then why is it not electronic sometimes? You want to go back on that? You want to re-clarify that answer?
Well, you got to ask questions.
No. Do you want to re-clarify the answer you gave me where I asked if it was electronic? You said sometimes. Can I get any clearer answer than that?
Both. It's both.
So sometimes you can have one that is electronic and sometimes you can have one that's not, or you'll have one and it's like electronic and not.
No,
there's 2 different versions.
Yeah.
Okay. That's just what I wanted to clear up. No buttons.
All right, you got
Let
3.
me just think of everything in my house.
3 more guesses.
Okay. Something that's sometimes in the kitchen they can use at work. No buttons. Sometimes
You're really getting hung up on the buttons, but if it's not...
Well, 5 of the guesses that were in my head had buttons.
But if it's not electronic, it's probably not going to have buttons.
Well, if it can sometimes be electronic, how the heck do you turn those on?
The world may never know. Okay, if you want me to break it down and simplify it, at its simplest...
No, don't give me no extra.
At its simplest
form... I just want you to clear up like a answer you give me that may have been...
At its simplest form, the electronic one can have buttons. But I feel like that would confuse you more. That's why I said no.
Okay.
I feel like if you were in my shoes, you'd be answering the same way. But you have 3 more.
Wait a sec. Sometimes in the kitchen. Sometimes it can be electronic. See, but now I'm getting hung up on the most of the time it's bigger than this. Because the thing in my head, when would it ever be smaller than this? The thing that I'm thinking of.
I want to hear what that guess is.
Oh, it has nothing to do with food. Is what you said, right? Because I said, does it have anything to do with food? You said no. Now you're saying maybe?
It depends, like, what's the context?
Why is every question I ask it's this maybe? I was giving you such yes-no answers.
This is a very broad object. I think I just gave away a lot in saying that.
No, trust me, I get that it's broad. So it has nothing to do with food. I'm going to go ahead and...
It can have something to do with food, but most of the time, food is not its main goal.
Food is not its main goal, but it can have something to do with food.
Think about what ties in food together. Like
household object.
Food requires this, and a lot of things require this. That's a big hint.
Food requires this. A lot of things require this. If you get one, it's good for a while.
Could be good for forever if you're really good at it. If you're really
good at it.
Good's not the word, but
so it's like a skill you acquire. Does it take skill to use this item?
If you take care of it good enough, and if you bought the right one, it could be good for forever.
Does it take skill to use this item?
Takes one simple skill that's learned.
I'm meaning like, does it like, oh, I have to learn this? Or is it kind of just like, oh, it's just like a thing?
You would have to have basic skills to use it.
I'm talking about, do you have to be skilled?
Like to learn Tetris, you have to.
Yes, like shooting a basketball, or
no, you don't have to have any skill.
No skill, like playing a video game.
Besides basic skill.
Yeah, like moving your arms. That's not what I mean.
A little more complex than moving your arms.
Okay.
All right, so you got 2 more.
I was thinking, this isn't a guess.
What?
So you don't have to react to it.
Okay.
But I'm just going to say what was going through my head. I was thinking trash can. Because sometimes they're in the kitchen. Sometimes they can be electronic.
Sometimes they can be smaller than that.
See, that's what kept throwing me off.
Like a little desk trash can. You ever seen those? They're pretty cute.
Yeah, but I would...
They hold like little
that's what I'm saying. If it
notes.
was a trash can, I wouldn't have expected you to be like, oh, well, there was those tiny ones you can put on your desk. It's affordable. It's used to accomplish a task, and it doesn't take much skill. There's no buttons, and it's sometimes in the kitchen. That's the thing, because I'm thinking, oh, it can be all these different kitchen items, but it doesn't have nothing to do with food.
It can usually. It can be in the kitchen. It can be.
Yeah, sometimes.
In the car.
Right. It can be anywhere.
It can be in the bathroom.
Yeah. Right.
I feel like I'm giving you too many hints.
No, you're not giving me enough.
Really?
I understand that it can be anywhere. Like, you naming different places it can be, I get that. It could be in my mom's house. It could be in my grandma's house. I get that. Trust me. Let me think of a question.
Okay.
I'm
like rooting for you. I want you to practice.
Thanks.
Because I feel like this one's way easier than what you gave me.
Easier than balloon animal?
Yeah. Balloon animal is not in my kitchen. Sometimes. Yeah.
You get one, it's good for a while. It has nothing to do with food. It's a household item?
Mm-hmm.
A household item.
Is that a question?
I'm just reiterating the question I already made. Like, a household item means an item that is in a house.
Yeah.
And that's where it is always. In the house.
Not always, but...
When I ask household item, that's what I mean.
Yeah, majority of times, you would probably see this in a house.
Alright, I'm going to be mad if you say yes to this question I'm about to ask. Is it something you can wear?
Nope.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Well, everywhere you are, it's on
Actually,
you.
Hey, that's a good point that you just made. Always on you? Think about what is on your phone. You're on your last one, so I'm just throwing out some.
No, I'm on question 18.
No, you just had 2 more.
What did I ask?
You asked, can you wear it?
Yeah.
So no.
Okay, I'm on 19. So I have 2 more. Yeah, I definitely am thinking it's something that's just constantly on you, because your vagueness of the location of it is like, okay, it's something that moves frequently. It's moving. But it's...
If I was in your situation, which it's really hard when it's not in your head, but I would be limiting it to 2 items.
Well...
Because I don't think
usually bigger than this.
I don't think you ask these questions that relate to those 2 items.
Wait, is it 2 items?
No, I'm saying it could be 1 or 2 items, but I don't think you've asked a good enough question that would relate to either of those 2 items.
Yeah.
So think about something that's in your job, something that's in your house, something that we both used.
You get one, it's good for a while. It's going to be usually bigger than this microphone. And it's something movable. And it has no buttons, and it's normally not electronic. So what do I even have on me that I'm moving around that's not electronic?
No, I didn't say it wasn't electronic. I said it could be both. That's what I said.
No, I asked if it was electronic. You said probably not. You said
probably not.
That's what I just said. So it's usually not electronic, right?
Usually. But
because it didn't have buttons. That was the whole thing. As if it had
buttons. It doesn't have buttons. Why does something have to have buttons?
If something's electronic, it has buttons. At least an on button.
What if it's touchscreen?
It has an on button on the side.
Not this particular item.
Okay. Well, I know it's not a phone because those have buttons. And those are always electronic. 100% of the time.
But if it was on your phone, what if it was like an application? I'm giving away too much.
If the thing that you have come up with is an app on a phone, that is not a household item.
Hey, it is.
No, it's not.
It is.
An app is not, because if I would have asked household item and you said no, I would have went to, is it a movie?
But think about it.
Different thing.
You asked what's
household
electronic.
item. I'm thinking spatulas, blenders.
I said not normally. What if it was both? There are applications that
okay.
You're gonna be like,
is it an app on a phone? Is it an app on a phone?
Yep.
Listeners, if you're as pissed off as I am at how this man played this game, bro, my first question.
No. That's not the end goal. That's not.
I have to figure out what the app on the phone is. It took all this time for me to just figure out it was an app based on your horrible answers.
It's not.
And now I have to guess the app.
It's not always an app, because if it was an app, I would have said yes, it's electronic. But I said no, not. Most of the time it's not electronic, and most of the time it is in the house. Most of the time it's not in your pocket. But it can be an app on your phone.
Okay, just stop. Let me think for a second. Let me think for a second.
I think you're overcomplicating it.
I'm overcomplicating it.
Yeah, because
you're the one who's got an app and not an app, and you're saying it's a household item.
Whenever I tell you what it is.
And you're saying, and then when I'm asking where the things are, you're referring it to it as in the app version.
You want me to tell you what it is?
Because phones go everywhere.
No. Tell you what it is?
I have two more.
Well, you need to hurry up. You just asked was it an app.
Okay, that was one. So I have one more, and then I have to guess.
Whenever I tell you what it is, you're going to be like...
I just love how probably 15 out of these 20 questions, I got either a sometimes or a maybe.
Hey, I picked something that could be both. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying. On a game where it's like, yo, the question would be yes or no, you said, oh, let me pick one where every answer is maybe. How am I supposed to ever get that? Because that means it could be no or yes on all of them.
I didn't say maybe on all of those. I said both on a lot of those.
Sometimes in the kitchen, sometimes electronic.
Yes.
Sometimes bigger than this, sometimes smaller.
Yes.
Sometimes pricey, sometimes not.
Yes.
It accomplishes a task. Nothing to do with food. If you get one,
you want me to go back to the
pricey? Forever.
You want me to go back to the pricey one?
I don't even know, but over here, and then something I have probably not.
All right.
Lots of probablys, lots of maybes.
When it comes to pricey, the only reason I said sometimes is because I was counting that you would have to purchase a smartphone. But
so you're telling me the thing that you picked was an app, and then you said, yeah, it can be pricey because you have to buy the whole phone to get it?
I didn't pick it as an app to begin with.
No, but I'm just saying, but the reason you said sometimes pricey because it's like, oh, well, you got to buy the phone.
Yep.
That is so stupid.
Well.
That's like me being like, if I have to pick basketball, are they expensive? Well, they can be if you got to buy the goal.
Well,
would you not think that's not what I'm looking for?
You gave me some sometimes answers.
Like what?
You did. You said, I asked, was it an animal? You said,
no.
Sorta.
I said, no.
Well, you would have been mad. I don't know. Okay, that's why I'm taking it back. I'm saying, okay, it's not pricey. I gave that away.
Not pricey.
But when I tell you what it is, you're gonna be like, oh, it all makes sense.
I don't. Oh,
how about we get rid of?
I got my final question.
Get rid of everything I said about technology and just think
I
about it.
love how all the questions I ask, and then you're getting on to me saying, "Come on, man, answer it." But now you're saying, "Hey, forget every question you asked and all these weird, misleading answers I gave you, and let's start fresh."
Listeners,
that's not on me.
I'm trying to take back how complex Nick has made it.
How complex I made it? I'm just asking questions. You're the one answering them in weird ways.
No, I'm answering them truthfully.
So I'm just asking bad questions.
I mean, I can think of some questions.
Okay, I can't wait to hear what your questions are.
All right, you got one more.
All right, so it can be an app. It cannot be an app. It can be here. It can be there. It can be anywhere.
Yep.
It can be electronic. It cannot be. It can be affordable unless you have to buy a phone.
You want me to give you your last question for you?
Sure.
Ask me, can you ride on it?
Can you ride on it?
Yep. Right.
Right.
Yes. I don't know why I can't enunciate today.
Yeah, I was going to say, what the heck can you ride on in the phone? Kitchen. Yeah, in the kitchen. All right, you can write on it.
Yep. That was a big hint.
Sometimes they're electronic, sometimes not. But that's the app that we're referring to. It's used to accomplish a task.
Yep. Nothing
to do with food. You get one, it's good for a while, maybe even forever.
Yep.
That's what you said.
And going back to the food question, I told you this object relates to many things relating to food and events.
You did not say that. You did not say that.
I did say that.
I asked if it had nothing to do with food, and you said no. I have that written down. I said, does it have anything to do with food? You said no. Just okay. That was the only blatant no I got. And now you're changing that to a sometimes.
No, we can rewind it because we talked about it. I said relating to this, outside of it, yes, it has a lot to do with.
Let me just get my guess.
Food has something to do with it.
Let me just get my guess in.
I hope you get it right.
I'm definitely not. Something you can write on.
Yeah.
And it's an app. What's an app where you write things? Like notes?
You can take notes on it.
Alright. Final guess. I guess I'll say notepad.
No. A calendar.
A calendar.
Sometimes it's bigger than that. Sometimes it's smaller. It can be in the kitchen. It can be outside.
What task is it used?
It's tasking all dates and times. You're putting it on the calendar to accomplish, like...
Okay. Let me say how I would have done calendar different. I think you messed up by jumping to phone calendar and being like, a phone can go anywhere. So now I'm thinking, what can I have in my car?
All I'm saying is...
You get what I'm saying?
All I'm saying is a calendar app doesn't have buttons.
I understand.
It's on my phone. It can be smaller than this microphone.
You don't know how to play 20 questions, bro.
All I'm saying is...
You understand how, like...
Back in our parents' day when they were playing 20 questions, it was a lot simpler. That's all I'm saying.
Huh?
They didn't have technology, so they couldn't have said something like that.
They also probably had common sense. They probably wouldn't say nothing like that nowadays either.
Well, I feel like our audio listeners would have got our...
No, they wouldn't have.
I think
because
they would have.
The thing I'm getting home, you're like, it could be in your car. So if the whole thing, hey, think calendar, and now you're saying
never asked
you take
the question,
it to your car.
Can it be in my car?
You said that it could be anywhere.
It can be anywhere.
And then you're like, it could be in your car.
Yeah, if you take it home from the grocery store.
So you just answered the question yes, right?
If you bring it home from the grocery store, it's in your car.
So that's what I'm saying. So if you're trying to be like, are you trying to get me to guess phone or calendar?
Calendar. But calendars are on
so like what if I,
most people's
but that's
phone.
like if I would have been like, yo, I want you to guess wallet. Right? Or like something that has to do, like what's like another app? Do you get what I mean? Like that wouldn't work at all.
I'm sorry, we play the game differently. I feel like at the end when I was giving you all these hints, like...
No, the hints don't help at all.
When you
can write on it.
When you asked, does it have to do with food, I said...
Yeah. How does that help at the end? Because toward the end you said, yeah, it can do with food. It does do with food.
Because time and events and things that you write on your calendar, food relates to a lot of events.
If you get one, it's good for a while, maybe forever. A calendar lasts 1 year.
Nuh-uh, they have like 10-year calendars. You like keep on flipping it.
Yeah, I know how calendars work.
Yeah. You could have a dry erase board calendar. Just keep on.
You could have an invisible calendar in your head. Are they even real? Is this an object I can touch? Maybe.
You didn't ask that question.
I'm just saying. These are like, if I did, that would be the answer I got.
Maybe. Yeah, that's
Is it
true.
something I can look at sometimes?
Do you use your calendar daily?
Is it something I can see? Well, if your eyes are open. Like
Okay.
these are the
Now
responses.
you're just taking it too far.
I'm just saying.
I feel like most of my answers, you would have responded the same way. Let's see how many times I said sometimes on. 1, 2. I only said sometimes on like 3 questions.
I got it sometimes on.
You're like fighting me about it.
5. 5 sometimes,
You're
and those are including maybes.
You're probably counting the probably not.
Yeah, probablys, maybes, sometimes. And then I guess the food one too, because you said no food, and now you're going back and saying yes food. So that's a.
You write down.
That's a maybe.
You write down on your calendar. Hey, we're getting.
I get yes. I
we're
get
getting
that.
dinner
yes,
at.
I understand that. I understand that. But if I ask at question number 7, is it have anything to do with food? No.
No.
That's what you said. A straight no. That was one of the straight no's I got. And then at the very end, when you're trying to help me and give me hints, you say, "Hey, food." Yeah.
So, would you have rather me said yes or no to that question?
Does it have anything to do with food?
No.
No. I would prefer the hard no. I liked when you gave me that hard no. All these sometimes and maybes, they make me think, well, it could be this, it could be this.
I'm sorry, my brain is thinking outside the box.
Yeah, it's way outside the box.
All right, audio listeners. Did that give you a headache? Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, snap. All right. What's
all right, listeners, comment if you listen to what I also listened to. That came out his mouth when we played 20 questions.
I bet you like 50% of those people 50%
of the people were 50% of people didn't know what the heck you were talking about, and the other 50% thought it was something completely else.
No. Because
you think you would have got calendar off those?
I think so. Yeah. Because if I was thinking of it, I was either narrowing it down, which you didn't say this either. I was narrowing it down to either time, as vague as that is.
Well, yeah, does it have anything to do with time?
Or maybe a clock, but then you ask, is it electronic? And
that was my maybe. I got a maybe there.
Not all clocks are electronic, though.
See, you got to pick something where on the question you don't go, well, it could be. Well, sometimes you need to pick something where it's like yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, and then maybe a couple maybes, a couple probablys.
On your balloon animal, I said, does it make sound? You said,
at times it can.
At times it can.
Meaning that normally, that's a whole answer. That means normally no.
What about my calendar? Whenever you throw it in a paper shredder. Yeah, it'll make sounds when it...
That's completely different. Because how often does a calendar get... What if you throw the phone... do phones just... You were trying to get me to guess app. You're trying to get me to guess phone and calendar. You were trying to get me to guess two things.
I wanted you to say calendar.
If you would have, you should have just went in your head, yo, I'm trying to do physical calendar. Because if I'm leaning, okay, it's something, it's a household object. Oh wait, it's something that could be in my car going down the highway. Oh wait, it's something that could be electronic, but not really electronic.
I don't think you would have got it.
No one in the world would have gotten that. No one on Earth would have gotten that. We need to record that, bruh, and post it everywhere and be like, can you guess what he's talking about by the end of the video? Comment before this moment. And then, like, when that moment comes up, be like, 10, 9, write your comment. And then, like, we'd say, it's a calendar. And all the comments will be like,
I know what we can do.
Randomest objects.
Did you write down all my answers? I know what we can do. How much time we got on here? We can go Facebook Live in this chunk.
We actually need to end it. We're at 1:39.
Oh, Lord.
All right.
Well, I'm saying we could do a Facebook Live event and just record, yeah, like you're saying.
Because nobody would get that. Because you were just trying to get me to guess digital calendar and real calendar, and those two are completely different things.
But if I'm thinking of, I would have narrowed it down to 2 questions.
And the fact that when you said it's normally bigger than this, the version I'm thinking of that's smaller than this is not a digital app. Do you get what I mean?
They have tiny calendars like this. But I would have kept on thinking about kitchen, workplace. Like, what two items...
That's why I was thinking trash can.
What 2 items do I have in my kitchen and at work? Oh, either a clock or a calendar.
Yeah, I don't have a calendar in my kitchen or at my work.
You have notes? Those are pretty much like calendars.
See, people, he's saying sticky notes are calendars.
Do you write times and dates on sticky notes? Right. They're like calendars.
I prove my point, people. He doesn't know what a calendar is. He says, you got calendars, you got sticky notes on your fridge. What?
Oh, let's end the podcast.
My gosh. I've got a calendar right here on my wrist.
That'd be a cool tattoo, man.
A calendar?
Yeah.
Like 30 squares and then the month on top?
Have like a square of a significant date and have like a calendar. Anyways.
I know what kind of calendar you're talking about.
Anyways, that's the end of our show. Sorry we posted it late. And sorry it wasn't as exciting as some of them are. But I think we still had fun. And audio listener, let's prove Nick wrong. I believe in y'all. I believe you can decipher my code.
Yeah, leave a comment if you got what he was talking about or if you didn't. And if you don't leave a comment, then we'll assume you didn't even hear what he... Yeah, we'll assume you did.
Or you probably cut it off halfway into me talking.
You're right, like, what the heck?
I can't deal with this right now.
Yeah.
All right. As always,
I'm Nick.
And I'm Caleb. And we're your two new best friends.